this is Jersey. You're watching The Garden State.
You are listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
I am Josh Chomik.
And this week, Jimmy Parks is out, and filling in for him is none other than Danny Dimes. Wait a second, Danny
What
Dimes.
was that?
Did you bring your own intro music to the studio today?
I had to. I had to just do something a little bit different. Great to be back.
Yo, Jimmy's got to step it up with maybe an intro song or something. That was crazy.
We got to talk to Jimmy because the thing about Danny Dimes is he shows up, he's ready to display that he's here. There's a level of dominance in just coming into the studio with your own intro song.
What was that song?
And I love it. I respect it.
It's my theme music for life.
What's the name of the song?
Isn't that a wrestling intro?
It is Shane McMahon's intro.
Here Comes the Money.
Here comes the money. That's right.
That's incredible.
How did I know that was a wrestling intro?
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Thank you for listening. We've had an interesting couple of weeks, actually. We haven't been here since how long, Josh?
It was last Monday, maybe, what is that, like 11 days? Yeah, which feels like an eternity, bro.
Yeah, what happened in between? Because you had some travels once more.
I was just all over. I was in Vegas, just working, taking care of some work.
That sounds so vague and mysterious.
I don't want to give away my entire life, but
Okay.
yeah, I was taking care of business in Vegas. It was my first time in Vegas.
What was it like?
Nothing like Jersey. It was 107 degrees dry heat. It felt like you were walking into an oven, bro.
Sounds like the sauna.
Like give me humidity, like 95 degrees and humidity over 170
Nah,
degree.
I'm sorry, bro.
170 degree dry heat. Are you serious?
That's the thing with like Florida. I go to Florida and every time I'm in Florida, the humidity kills the vibe. It's just not my thing.
Well, that's
I
why
don't like
Jersey
humidity.
isn't as bad as Florida.
Yeah.
But we still got it.
We got a little bit of humidity here and there, but you can always sense it. You can walk outside and you feel the humidity and it just ruins your day a little bit. But I'm glad you had a safe trip to Vegas and
I might have left positive.
oh, well, good. That's good. Good for you. That's
Yeah,
great.
I got some money. Which is good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, guys.
I don't know.
I thought, what else would I have been talking about?
I have no idea. There was a weird sentence, a weird
know.
terminology. Danny,
I walked up.
Danny, what's happened in the last, 6 months since you've been on the podcast with us?
Man, a lot has happened. Last time I came on, it was episode 8. We talked about Bojangles.
That long ago?
I know.
Wow.
So what episode is this? Like
What else did we talk about?
32 or something?
Yeah.
this is
we talked
32, I
about
think.
the fact that there was going to be possibly no more snow days.
Jeez.
Winter stories.
We talked about my old Italian teacher in school.
Wow. I remember that one.
I wonder how he's doing.
Hopefully in jail.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Danny. It's great to have you with us. And we have another power-packed, is that a fair description? Power-packed episode of The Garden State. Tons of news, tons of stories, and you're going to want to hang in there and hold on to your hats.
Buckle those seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, should we do it?
We got some crazy things on the lineup, but do we want to talk about reviews, merch, your week? There's so much happening.
There's a lot
bro.
happening. And, before I said hold on to those hats, I was going to say hopefully they're Garden State hats. We still have hats available at thegardenstate.com. You're going to want to head on over there and scoop one. And someone sent us this photo today of their little brother. They got their little brother. He looked like he was like 12. And he had like hockey hair, like long flow. And she was like, the flow looks great in the hat. So we commend you, young man, for the patch of lettuce he's growing.
If you want to show off that flow,
little cabbage patch on the rise, and
nothing better than the Garden State cat.
I respect it. I really respect it. So we do still have some merch available, and we're restocking within the next, I would say, week. Hopefully this time next week. Today's Friday for you guys. Next Friday, I'm hoping we got a store full of merch.
So many people have been asking, DMing us, because especially these logo tees, they sold out right away, and we just want to keep. We want to keep giving people merch, so
absolutely.
So hopefully it's in by next week.
Yes,
that'd be cool.
Josh, before we get into, we had some interesting reviews left on our podcast we wanted to read, but before we get into that, we have a sponsor this week.
Who's our sponsor this week?
Do you want me to talk about it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
You talked really fast right there.
Did I?
It sounded like you're speaking like one of those guys at the end of a drug commercial where they give you all the warnings.
I wish I could talk that fast, but also, like I was saying, when we're filming this podcast, it feels like it's not even real.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we're just talking and I don't realize what I say half the time, which is not, it's a good and a bad thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, well, here's the ad from our friends. We've told you before, actually, about our friends over at therealnewjersey.com. Lately, my wife and I have began our journey towards home ownership. And I got to say, we quickly have realized that the market right now is insane. That's why you need to visit our friends over at The Real New Jersey. This consumer education website features homes from every municipality in Middlesex, Monmouth, and Ocean County with engaging information, beautiful photos. Josh, have you seen these photos? They're beautiful.
Insane.
And active listings direct from Flex MLS. The best part is all leads generated through the website will be emailed directly to the listing agent for free. That is right, for free. Who doesn't love free stuff? They also have this cool new series called What's in the Neighborhood, where they showcase features of various towns. It's kind of like, I got to be honest, looking for a house, part of the struggle of it is, where do I even want to live? And this series kind of goes around and shows you, here are the benefits of different towns within these
really cool.
municipalities. So you got to check that out. That's therealnewjersey.com. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anyone who thinks Jersey is the armpit of America, you heathens. The real reality is we have beautiful coastlines, lakes, rivers, parks, and a ton of features that make New Jersey a beautiful place to call home. Visit therealnewjersey.com to find the right home for you without all the hassle and stress that comes with looking for a home in 2022.
Great read.
Thanks, brother.
That was amazing.
Thanks, boys. I was really trying to get that done.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
And now I can't even speak because there's so much speaking and reading. And
Take a breather, brother.
All right, let me breathe.
You got a compliment from Danny Dimes. That's huge.
Can I just say, I normally listen to the podcast on 1.5 times speed, and it's very strange listening in real time. Wow. But it just feels like you guys are...
You're trying to speed us up right now.
Slow motion, yeah.
That's so... Yeah, Danny, let me just say, Danny is a faithful listener. He listens to every single episode every week. He's actually my roommate, so he'll come home from work one day and start talking about the podcast, asking me questions, correcting us on things. It's honestly the best.
And they were roommates.
Nice.
Well, before we get into the news, I appreciate that Danny can't stand to listen to us at normal speed, but I don't want to give the listeners any ideas of listening to us faster than they need to. So maybe we should talk really fast.
It's a podcast cheat code, honestly.
It is. No, you're right. But before we get into the news, we got someone posted in our Discord some negative reviews for our podcast. And I had the idea, let's just read them. Let's read them right now on here. What do you think, Chow?
Yeah, I think negative reviews are good things in the media world. If you're not getting hate, you're not doing the good job.
Well, I don't like reading negative reviews any more than the next guy. But you got the reviews?
Yeah.
Why don't you pull them up?
So let us first just say thank you guys so much for leaving reviews on the podcast, rating the podcast. That really helps the show, keeps us going. And honestly, we read every single one of these reviews on Apple Podcasts. It's the coolest thing ever. But there's always going to be those hate comments, those people who just got angry or bitter about something we said maybe. I don't know, but it's pure entertainment for us. Honestly, we love these types of comments. They're hilarious, and we won't delete them. We'll embrace them. We'll laugh about them, and they'll keep us going. So, Josh, you want to share some of these?
Yeah, I want to read the first one. So we have, by the way, 200 5-star reviews, and then there's 2. These are both 2-star reviews.
They didn't even give us 1 star. That's pretty good.
Which is we're doing something right if they didn't even go down to 1. But yeah, the first one is titled "Dumb and Really Dumber."
Who's dumb and who's the really dumb?
I don't know. Listen, brother, I don't want to get into that one. But the reviewer's name is Hello-Hello. I guess they didn't have the guts to put their real name, but they said, if you can get past the uninformed opinions and lack of general knowledge about topics discussed, and that's a big if, you'll likely find this podcast barely likable. I should also not leave out the pure abuse of the English language. Shall it be the plurals of deer as deers? I think that was you, bro. I want to be honest.
Dude, I don't care.
And or the price of previous purchase pronouns costed.
You said that one.
No, that was you.
No.
1,000%. I remember when you said it thinking it's cost, but I wasn't going to derail the pod.
You didn't correct me?
No, I was just I'll let it sit.
Well,
I didn't think some guy was going to get triggered by it and write a negative review.
What did I say? This costed $5?
Yeah, you said it costed whatever, but
Guys,
obviously.
On the fly. Come on. I'm learning.
It says, then he goes on to say, each episode helps uphold stereotypes Jersey is known for, bro.
Love the bro.
This person's definitely on Reddit, 100%. But here's what I will say is they're right. They are absolutely right.
100%.
They're right because I think you're barely likable as a person. And I don't know why I do this podcast with you.
Well, that's crazy because I was about to say, I love you, bro.
Oh.
And you're probably one of my closest friends.
Yeah. Do you love deers?
I love the deer.
Do you, how much did it costed?
I'm pretty sure you said something like that, bro. I don't know.
I say a lot of, there's times where we finish this podcast and I text you, hey, I know I said something stupid like midway through this story. Can you cut that out?
Yeah, can you just go find it, Josh, throughout the hour episode? I'm like, dude, give me a timestamp or something.
No, it's I will say, one thing about doing a podcast that's hilarious is you say a lot of stupid stuff. And you listen to it. When I listen to this back, so much of what I say, I'm like, that sounds really dumb. But in the moment,
you don't realize, Yeah,
you're recording, you're focusing. I'm like, I'm trying to read the story. I'm trying to make sense. I'm trying to be entertaining to people listening. And you just say dumb stuff. But
people don't realize, dude, how hard it is to make a podcast. This is
so
not
hard.
easy. There's so much work involved in it. And then when you're recording, all the lights are hitting you. You're in the moment. I'm just talking to my friend Josh here. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to be newscasters. We're just being ourselves, reading the news, and we're having fun. And we're just so thankful that you guys are listening to us. So these people must have got mad about something we said.
Do you want to read the next one from Valentine Gladden?
Heck yeah. Valentine Gladden gave us a 2-star review titling it Contradictions. Contradictions. If you want to listen to two bros from Jersey recite personal contradictions based on articles that they just read off from, then this is your podcast. I had to stop listening after a few months because it just kept getting worse and worse. I had high hopes because the host seemed really chill, but I can't take their nonstop poor researched opinions on stories that they report on. They don't know how to feel and flip-flop their personal opinions. Even those say, I'm not a lawyer, but their opinions so far-fetched that it makes them sound uneducated. Sorry, guys, it's a no for me. I'm reading their sentence. It's making me feel uneducated because they can't even type the sentence.
I was going to say, I like that review because I like that they say we flip-flop, meaning we're honest people that's a compliment. If you're expecting to listen to this podcast and we're going to be hard set on like one opinion, we change our minds all the time. It's great. We're just being honest people reading the news. And that's probably what the world needs more of right now. I will say the other part of that I really liked is how I always say, I'm not a lawyer. Because I think that'd be manslaughter, but I'm also not a lawyer, which I think is a fair disclaimer, because I'm not a lawyer. But if I was a lawyer, I'd probably sue Valentine for that review. So,
wow, that's harsh.
So if you want to, if you are tired of listening to us and you want to leave a review, I mean, we highlighted 2 reviews out of like 200, which is part of the fun of hate mail.
Let me just throw in one really nice one because most of the reviews are like this. Someone gave us 5 stars saying, happy listener. They wrote, so very entertaining. Josh, and Jimmy are great. So much fun to listen to and good insight into all things Jersey. And now a baby. Wee-hoo.
Who wrote that?
Jojo No.
Shout out to Jojo No. We love you, Jojo.
So awesome. Thank you guys so much for all the support and everyone who leaves comments, ratings, comments on our videos, sends us DMs. There's so many DMs. Thank you guys so much. For real. Like words can't even describe it.
Yeah, it's been fun. And I mean, if this was our full-time livelihood, maybe a negative review would bother me, but it's literally, we're doing it for free unless you buy a t-shirt.
Dude, give us all that. I love the negativity because it just drives us.
It drives me to read this first article for you guys. Are you guys ready to get in the news?
Danny, are you good?
Sorry for coughing in my
I'm
mic.
so ready.
You ready?
Let's get it.
In Elizabeth, New Jersey, a post office worker has been arrested for stealing cell phones from the mail.
Thought she can get away with it.
This is literally a Seinfeld episode.
Have you seen that episode, Danny?
No, I don't really watch Seinfeld.
I haven't either. You want to give us a quick rundown?
It's just, so there's this guy, Jerry's neighbor, Newman. He's a mailman, and he also gets really invested in the idea that Jerry's committing mail fraud. And I don't know. He just says a lot of epic lines in the episode that are very quotable if you watch the show. But if you don't, you're just not going to care. So someone listening to this is going to go, I love that episode. And the rest of the uneducated folks like Danny and you are just not going to understand the beauty of Seinfeld.
Hey, I'm sorry Jimmy's not here to talk Seinfeld with
Jimmy,
you. Right?
That's why we need Jimmy Parks back. Jimmy loves Seinfeld as much as me. But let me read the article to you guys, and we'll get some takes out of it. A Hudson County, New Jersey woman today admitted stealing numerous cell phones from the mail that passed through the United States Post Office when she was employed. Nyasia Hutchinson, 26, of Jersey City, New Jersey, pleaded guilty by video conference before U.S. District Judge John Michael Vasquez to an information charging her with one count of theft by mail of a postal employee. According to documents filed in this case and statements made in court, Hutchinson was employed by the U.S. Postal Service as a postal service clerk at the Elizabeth Post Office. So apparently, that's my favorite word, Danny Dimes knows, she stole 15 to 20 cell phones.
Wow.
And made $12,000 selling them. The theft by mail of a postal employee charge carries a maximum potential penalty of 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. Her sentencing is scheduled for January 31st, 2023.
$12,000? For how many cell phones?
15 to 20.
15 to 20?
That's a great average. She was what, $800 a pop, something like that?
Yeah, like smartphones.
I mean, me personally, I just wouldn't get caught, but that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I respect that.
You just wouldn't get caught?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a good plan. Like, just don't get caught.
Yeah, I don't know why she didn't think of that.
Well, how do you think she got caught?
Well, you can't steal mail because people are going. If someone orders a cell phone, right, and it doesn't show up, they go to the post office and say, "Hey, my package wasn't delivered." Then the post office, I'd imagine, this is an uninformed bro opinion, but I'd imagine a federal agency has to make a record of a complaint of missing mail, right?
So they were all missing from this same post office. Like, it started becoming a trend.
Well, they had to because she was working at this post office and she stole them from the post office. So I'm guessing, this is uninformed, but I'm guessing people kept coming in and going, "Hey, my phone never arrived." Or maybe they caught her on video doing it. I don't know. Maybe it was a both and kind of situation. But is it worth it to steal from a federal agency?
No, not at all.
Like, go to UPS if you want to play these shenanigans. They're not a federal agency.
People don't think, dude.
Dude, she went before a federal judge. She didn't go before like a Union County prosecutor. Stealing from the post office is a big, big deal.
Bro, can you get like super in trouble for like even opening someone's mailbox and looking inside?
I don't know about opening. Well, we talked about this before because your dad got mad at you, right? When you were a kid.
I'm scarred now. I don't touch people's mailboxes ever.
Well, I don't know if a kid opens a mailbox and looks inside, I doubt it. But I think as an adult, it depends. It depends. Like,
you shouldn't be opening up someone's mailbox.
Sometimes when I'm walking, I'll just grab the mailbox. Like if it's like one of those ones on the, I mean, I don't do that often.
A random person's mailbox?
Yeah, why not? Just like flip the red thing up, you know? You never done that before?
That entertains you?
Yeah, I'm kind of a 9-year-old. I just go and like...
And wait, you just walk away?
I deceive them into thinking they have mail and they open it and it's just a great prank.
No, the flag up means that the mailman has something to pick up.
Is that what it means?
Yeah.
No, because in Blue's Clues, when the mailbox would receive the mail, it would put its arm up.
Yeah, this is not Blue's Clues, bro. Do you think when a mailman puts mail in a mailbox, do you think he puts everyone's flag up? No.
I was indoctrinated by Nickelodeon to believe lies.
Are you really just learning this now?
I have no idea, dude. I don't know what anything means.
So now the mailman probably thinks he has to pick up all that mail that was just delivered to their house.
So we'll have to see what happens next January.
When's her sentencing?
Nyasia will be sentenced January 31st, my mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Your mom's birthday is on New Year's Eve?
You're thinking December 31st.
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
I don't even
After
know.
that line, I'm about to leave us a negative review.
I think something about the word January and 31st, it's just in your head, you think it's New Year's Eve. Let's just ignore I said that.
All right, we can cut it out if you want, or we can just leave it in.
We're gonna leave it because you know what? I'm not the only one making that mistake ever.
You're probably right.
Danny thought it was New Year's, the way he looked at me in the eyes.
Right.
So
You're right.
26 years old, stealing cell phones for $12,000. Fair amount of money, but I mean, is it worth it?
you got to be a good thief. Like, and it's rare if you actually want to get away with these things.
Yeah, it sounds like she can get in a lot of trouble, but what do we know? We're not lawyers, right?
Whoa, thanks, Danny Dimes. Here's the other thing I'd say is, could you get, 12 phones she got caught. Could she have gotten away with just one phone? Maybe. So ponder that one. Chew on that thought. Let's move on.
Danny, you could also talk closer into your mic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that bass in your voice, bro, it's just powerful.
Yeah, you have a bass.
You got
Bass.
that. So good.
Bass. All right, next story. New Jersey is considering bringing back paper bags as reusable bags are beginning to pile up.
What's the point, dude? This is all such a big joke.
It's a game. It's a game, man.
We're
They're
in
messing
a
with us.
simulation
They're
right
messing
now
with us.
Well, let me just say, dude.
Put the bags in. Take them away. Bring them back. Reusable. No more reusable paper. I can't take it anymore.
Well, I got two things to say about that. Number one, I'm borrowing my grandma's car this week because my Jeep is giving me issues. I opened up my grandma's trunk.
Oh, no.
Bro, there's like 30 reusable bags in this trunk. It's the whole entire trunk, reusable bags. So that proves that this point is valid, that they're piling up everywhere. People have got too many.
You have to think, if they said, hey, we're only releasing 200,000 reusable bags a year, right, like a limited amount, and we had to work within that amount, then great. We would limit how much waste we'd have, right?
Yeah.
But what actually, they created a vacuum. Similar to, that's a bad analogy, but they created a vacuum because they opened up the market for a new bag. So what happened is all these manufacturers probably made millions of bags.
So many, bro.
And every store I go to has racks full of them.
Well, they're making bank because people keep forgetting their bags and buying them.
And you know what the worst part is? These new hefty bags are going to take way longer to break down than the old plastic ones.
You're going to start seeing these in all the rivers, dude. It's going to be so bad.
100%. Spot on. All right, so here's what the article says. Officials in New Jersey are considering bringing back paper bags just months after a single-use bag ban took effect. Right now, stores are barred from using any kind of bag, plastic or paper, if they are not reusable. An amendment would allow grocery delivery services, you hear that? So just the delivery, they're starting with just delivery services, to use paper bags or cardboard boxes for online orders. So the idea sounds like, here's what I don't get, though, is how many bags do delivery services use for supermarkets versus regular people every day? It seems like that can only be a small percentage of the bags, right?
I disagree. Because you got to think about how many people every single day, personal use, they're going to the supermarket to buy their own groceries compared to like a DoorDash or like a delivery service. Like there's maybe like 5 delivery service cars in the parking lot compared to the 100 other cars. I feel like it's way more.
But this article is implying grocery delivery services. I know DoorDash, you can maybe order something from a supermarket.
I'm thinking like Dash Cart Dash. What is that called?
I think it's Dash.
Instacart or
Instacart, yeah, that one.
That's a good point. But I think Instacart versus, let's just take a quick sample of this room. How many of us have ordered from Instacart in the last year?
I have a membership, but
bruh.
You go to Costco every week.
Business, yeah.
Okay. I have. Have you? I've never done it.
My employer gave me an Instacart gift card when I got the Roni in 2020. So that's the only time I've ever used it. And it was dope.
It was awesome.
We were roommates.
Yeah.
It was sick because I got all my stuff delivered to me. But I don't know. I kind of like going to the supermarket and picking out stuff.
Dude, there's something like, it's so beautiful walking around a supermarket, bro.
Were you going to say something, Danny?
No, I was going to say that. Honestly, I haven't run into any issues with the bags. I kind of go in, get everything in my cart. I go back into my car, and I always have bags, the reusable ones, in my trunk. So whenever I go to carry it from my car when I get home to the house, I just put everything from my car inside, and it's always in my trunk.
I'll say that I mainly do my shopping at Costco and Trader Joe's as of lately. And Costco doesn't give you bags to begin with, so it's always just like you got eggs and stuff flying around the trunk of the car. Trader Joe's, though, in general, I just throw stuff in the back seat, and when I get home, my very organized wife brings out reusable bags for me to carry stuff in with, like Danny's saying, and which is great. The only issue with like loose stuff in your car is you might lose like a can of beans. I don't go out and buy a can of beans, but a can of something could roll under the seat.
Sounds like you've lost that before, bro.
Man, I've lost things you wouldn't believe, brother.
Oh boy.
And there things roll around, man. Things roll under a seat, and you're like, hey, 3 weeks later, a jar of pickles. Like, I didn't even know. And guess what? They're even more pickled.
Yeah, exactly. At least with the pickles, they taste better at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have to see what happens with these bags. What do you guys foresee happening here? Do you think that we're going to end up in an eventual loop back to plastic bags? Is there a way that happens, or no shot?
I don't know. It's very tricky. And you know what's also really sad? Right now, at every supermarket I go to, I can't even use the baskets anymore. We talked about this story a few weeks ago that like some supermarkets were banning the baskets because people are taking them home with them. Now, every single ShopRite I go to, there's no more baskets. Yeah. So I'm forced to use an actual shopping cart when I'm trying to get like 5 items. I got to bring that to my car. It's just a real big pain.
The basket thing makes absolutely zero sense.
Well, because people were stealing them left and right.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's just crazy.
So something really interesting that we talked about when the bag ban happened was Oregon actually tried this out already. They banned plastic bags. Let me get the date right, in 2019. And so they went through the same thing. They banned all the plastic. And then when COVID hit, all the bags returned immediately to stores. And now I think they're in a spot where it's kind of like plastic bags are just back. Could you imagine if that happened in New Jersey?
I think it would happen. I could definitely see it happening.
And then on the other side of the token, I can also see it be the case where people are just going to get used to it. Kind of like, when you get a new update on your phone and you're just like, what the heck is this? And then you just kind of get over it and just like, oh,
yeah,
now I'm used to it.
Yep.
It could be the case that happens as well, but it could be also where we go back to it. Who knows?
I'm very interested.
Well, what are some things that you could, because that's a good point, Danny. There's things that happen in life that are huge in the moment and then they just become a part of life. And that's how I feel every time I get a new iPhone. It's like you ever get a new iPhone, the first day you hold it, you're like, I'm never going to get used to this thing.
And they know that.
Bigger. It's like it feels different. Like the camera's crazy. And then it becomes the same feeling as the last iPhone you had. That's where I'm at with I have an iPhone 11. And it's like the same thing. And that's kind of our nature, right? We kind of get used to. That's when you buy like something that your whole life, right? You're waiting to buy something you really want, and then you get it, and then it becomes just kind of like things you've had. Normal. And then you're filling the void of emptiness inside of you, really, with that. And that's why I would say, reject materialism, boys.
It's very interesting because I heard I was watching a review on the iPhone 14.
Yeah.
Today, and basically what the guy said that really struck me was they're basically making cameras. They're just making new cameras with the ability to make phone calls and text on them. Because the iPhone 14, bro, has a 48 megapixel camera.
Yeah. No, I think we're reaching such an interesting point where, okay, this idea of cameras, because growing up in a time where digital cameras were a thing, we grew up before even that. I mean, we had film cameras and the disposable cameras everybody's aunt brought to like a 50th birthday party. But now we're at a point where what even is a camera? Because the iPhone is so good. I think about like, I wanted to get a nice camera to take photos and videos of our baby we're going to have in March. Then I'm like, maybe I should just get a new iPhone. Like really in 20 years, it's 4K is going to look solid. Like like compared to 2007 or like whenever the iPhone came out with a compressed 8 megapixel camera and the quality. The iPhone now is about as good as a casual camera is going to get, I feel like. I mean, obviously it'll continue to get better, but it's pretty good.
Bro, but with the 14, it's like, I think the 13 is like what, 24 megapixel or whatever. Wow. It's the same as our G7X, but the new one's going to be 48 megapixel. That's a higher megapixel than my Sony. Like that's crazy that jump, and like, I don't know. It's just insane to me.
So, well,
makes me want to buy it.
I don't know how we got here with plastic bags, but we'll find out what happens with the plastic bags. We'll also find out what happens with the iPhone. Will we all at some point be androids, or even worse, ruled by AI?
Probably.
I don't know. Find out next time on The Garden State. Next story. In Woodbridge, New Jersey, a mother was forced to take down a billboard of her deceased daughter, which has served as a warning for drivers for close to a decade.
That's just wild because I've grown up in that area, and forever I've seen this billboard about this girl who passed away as a warning sign. And it never distracted me. It was always just like, wow, like I should be paying attention when I drive. Yeah,
now it sounds like Woodbridge is actually going back on this and they're going to try to allow the billboards. But listen to what happened here. It's pretty interesting. Jennifer Metzger was just 16 years old when she died on Route 9 at Main Street in Woodbridge in a terrible car crash. Her heartbroken mother, Lisa Metzger, started a foundation in her daughter's name and put up a sign with her daughter's picture and the words "Speed Kills." The sign has stood there since 2009. And it says, for well over 10 years, all this mom has wanted is to put a reminder in people's head that easing up on speeding could save a life. She's not looking for financial gain. She's not looking to sell anything. She's only looking to spare even one other family from the pain she lives with to this day.
Wow.
So the town comes to her and they say to her, well, actually, it was the Department of Transportation, which the DOT would be a state thing. It wouldn't be the Township of Woodbridge. But it came... See, this is where the article isn't clear. Because it's the DOT, but it's connected to Woodbridge, and the Woodbridge mayor reached out to her in response. So It says the sign, having caused no issues for over a decade, is now being threatened by the Department of Transportation. They contacted Lisa and told her the sign was illegal and it was an advertisement. Which is, can we pause for a second there and go, who are the reprehensible people at the DOT?
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? That's your job. That's somebody's job that they're calling this lady and going, this is an advertisement that your bill, like, what in the world? Why are we, that's again.
Also super random. The sign's been there since 2009.
Yeah.
Why are they randomly coming for this lady right now?
I have no idea.
The sign is not bothering anyone. If anything, it's helping everyone.
Yeah, and it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And, knowing a lot of people that grew up in this town, I found out about this because a friend shared it on Facebook, actually. And it's
Back in 2009?
No, they shared it this week that what was going on. And that's
yeah.
how I found out about this whole, what was happening in Woodbridge. And it's like, I don't know who from the DOT actually triggered this whole thing, but it seems that the town has gone back. Woodbridge has gone back and said, hey, we're not going to let them take the billboards down, which is great.
Was it ever even taken down? Or like,
let me pull up.
Was there just a fight this entire time?
Yeah, it says we took the sign down this morning when my husband sent me the picture of trucks at the site. So they were beginning to take signs down, it sounds like. But at the same time, let me find, I'm sorry, while I'm speaking, I'm trying to find the tab I have open with her Facebook post. Yeah, so her Facebook post says, yesterday after my interview with Pat Battle from Channel 4, the mayor of Woodbridge Township sent me a private message on Facebook. Hilariously enough, that's how we communicate nowadays, right? The mayor sends you a Facebook message.
Must be nice.
And we exchanged phone numbers. We spoke for quite some time and even texted through the night. Whoa,
Come on, keep reading.
He apologized for not reaching out sooner as he was finalizing something to propose to us. At this time, the Speed Kills signs will not be put back up where it has been for over a decade. Please continue to read and hear me out. There are 2 other Speed Kills signs in Colonia High School, one entering and one leaving. There are 2 signs at Woodbridge High School with Jennifer's picture on it, which will bring awareness. There are 2 signs at JFK, so she's saying where all these other signs are. And she says it's better than no signs at all. So there is still one sign that is down.
Is that where the accident was? That's the spot?
Yeah, it's the one that was on the actual major highway, I believe.
Where most cars drive by.
Yeah, so I don't know who
Bring it back.
Who the bum is at
the DOT.
The DOT that made her take these signs down. This poor mom.
Someone was having a bad day. They were just angry at everyone, and they tried to just target this family.
Yes.
The sign's not doing anything.
Yeah, I see no harm in the sign.
It's not hurting anyone. It's helping people.
It's honestly a very effective sign because usually, I don't know. It's just, if I was driving and I saw that, it kind of hits close to home. She was super young, 1992 to 2009. What? That's 17 years old and
unreal. That's my age. Yeah,
absolutely. And I will say,
I'm 92.
Oh,
she was born in 92. Josh, don't look at me like that. She was my age.
Everything you just said was comical because you said. that was a Dumb and Dumber moment because it was like, shoot, cut that out because
no, that's good. I'm keeping this. No, because I said that and you looked right at me.
Well,
like,
you said,
really, bro?
I said 17. You're like, that's my age. I didn't realize you were talking about 1992.
Yeah.
And then you said, I'm 92, bro.
Didn't he?
I understood
I was
exactly
born
what you
in
thought
92.
Well, if that's Seabass over there, we should get a soundboard with Dumb and Dumber lines.
Oh my gosh, we're getting a soundboard. Yeah, there's so many different sound bites I want to throw into this podcast.
Our pets' heads are falling off. All right, let's move on to the next.
Keep the sign up. We should go personally and put this sign up ourselves.
Wait, we should go take a photo in front of it and spread awareness.
The Garden State versus the DOT.
Let's do it.
And listen, I love the DOT. I'm a big fan. I love what they do. But this is just uncalled for, bro.
We can't come after the DOT if we want
our potholes fixed.
Well, no, our plan to go through with the license plate, which we're not going to get into just yet, but we do have a plan about license plates that we're going to tackle with the DOT.
We got to get rid of these license plates, yeah. A lot of work to be done.
That's down the line, though. So hopefully whoever the person at the DOT is that made them take the sign down, maybe this Christmas their heart will grow multiple times in size because they are a Grinch.
Let's get that mom on the podcast.
I was going to say that if anybody knows this mom and can get us in touch with her, can get us in touch with Lisa, we'd love to have her on the podcast to share her story and to just raise awareness for the tragedy of what her daughter went through, and maybe we could warn some of our listeners about the dangers of, driving real fast.
Dude, all it takes is 1 second, just 1 second of losing control, and you could just lose your life like that. It's never worth it.
Well, and that actually is a segue into our next story.
Oh,
weirdly
gosh, you
enough.
did it again. You did it again. You lined up the stories this way.
No, it's
You son of a gun. Read the headline.
dude.
He's really good at this.
It's okay.
I don't know how I even did this.
I didn't even catch it. It's okay.
Like, I was thinking this time too.
Were you going to say this is a segue into the next story?
Yeah, because this next story is absurd. And I did the same.
You did it again. It's okay.
Okay.
It works. It works. Transportation, DOT, horses, buggies, cars, bikes, all of the above.
In Franklin Township, New Jersey, a hit and run left a horse dead and a teenager injured.
Terrible situation in Franklin. Last week, we lost a pet turtle. This week, it's a pet horse.
Brother,
What's next week going to be?
listen, man, our pets' heads are falling off.
It's unreal, bro.
It's-
What's going on?
It's getting crazy in the J, and we gotta raise some awareness for the sides of these roads where people keep getting hit.
People
because-
are still traveling and transporting by horse these days, dude.
well.
Straight up.
So the article says Township police are asking for the public's help to identify the driver of a vehicle in a Tuesday night hit and run that killed a horse and injured a teen rider. A
Unacceptable.
14-year-old Sicklerville girl and a 21-year-old man from Camden were each riding a horse along the westbound shoulder of Monroeville Road around 7:30 p.m. A vehicle believed to be an older model, light-colored pickup truck. I drive that. Exact description, by the way. Also traveling west on Monroeville Road, struck the horse and the girl, then fled the scene.
Jeez.
So she was injured, but she's in stable condition right now, thank goodness.
Good.
But the horse, unfortunately, lost his life.
Must have hit the horse pretty hard to kill that thing. It's not easy to take down a horse, bro.
Yeah, I just want to go back. You said you have that exact model?
Closer.
Yeah, I do have a similar model pickup, but I have an alibi. I wasn't there this night.
Danny, you look
Interesting.
like an investigator right now. The way you're just looking at us.
Just saying, a little suspicious. How fast did you hit him?
Dude, what guys,
He's choking.
we gotta move on to the next story here. All right, fine, I did it.
No.
I knew it.
Wait, Josh, you can't legally say that on the podcast. You didn't actually do it.
How would you know you're not?
Josh,
aware?
don't take the fall. Don't take the fall. It wasn't you. You
You're
were
right.
dreaming. It wasn't you.
It was not me. I never did it. I never even been to Monroeville Road.
I gotta say one thing though. You said a 14-year-old Sicklerville girl.
Yeah.
I've never heard of Sicklerville. Have you?
Dude, our South Jersey friends are gonna get really annoyed by
It's
this.
okay. We're learning. But where is Sicklerville? And tell me how many people live there. What's the population?
The population of the Sickville, well, elevation is 43 meters. I just hope I know you wanted to know that. But the population, based on the last census data, is 52,000 people.
Exactly.
Which is,
It's
that's
nothing.
big, dude. That's huge.
Let me see Sicklerville on the map.
But it is a
pretty big.
large swath of land.
Wow.
That's huge.
If Jimmy Parks was here, he would have known exactly.
You're like, oh, Sicklerville, it's in the Pine Barrens. blah, blah,
latitude
blah,
of
blah,
Should
blah.
I give him a call right now and ask him?
Yeah,
him a
call
call.
Jimmy really quickly.
Let's see what he's up to.
He better answer or else he's fired. Where is this? South Jersey?
Yeah.
Sicklerville. Wow. It's such a cool, I think it's a cool name.
How's that sound, Josh?
Yeah, it's good.
You're listening to the Garden State.
Mr. Parks.
Yes.
Hey, we miss you, brother. It's not the same without you. We got this terrible stand-in right now, and
I saw on Instagram. I started crying. It's not good. It's not good.
listen, we need your expert opinion right now because we're trying to figure out where Sicklerville, New Jersey is. What can you tell us about it?
Sicklerville. Where's that? Like Cumberland County?
I think it's Gloucester County.
Oh,
Close enough.
So you don't know much about the Sickler.
I've definitely driven through it before. There might be outlets nearby. Maybe it's near the Gloucester Premium Outlets.
Huh.
It's in Camden County. Update, boys.
Oh, I thought the article said Gloucester.
Well, Sicklerville is Camden. It must have happened in the other county.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough. All right. Well, Jimbo, sorry to bother you, bro. We just want to know what you knew about Sicklerville. We knew you'd know something.
Not too much, obviously. I'm sorry. I could be more of assistance. I really miss you boys tonight. I'm just driving right now. An hour and a half and I'll be home.
Wow.
Well, have a safe drive. And can I just tell you something? If you see any horses, steer clear, Jimmy. Steer clear.
I actually just passed by some horses a few minutes ago. I'm driving home from Bridgeton right now, which is in Cumberland County.
Jimmy, hold on. Jimmy, are you driving a pickup truck?
I am.
Oh, no.
Is it light colored?
It's white.
Jimmy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Should I get out of the truck?
No, I would say stay in it, keep driving, get home, and then put it in your garage, brother. You might be a wanted man right now.
Just keep driving, Jimmy.
No.
All right, well, hey, brother, have a good night. Stay safe, get home safe, and watch out for the horses, all right?
And slow down.
Talk soon.
All right, adios.
Bye, Jimmy. Love you. Wow.
What a plot twist.
I can't believe that he just said what he just said. That's just crazy to me.
Well, last week, to hear about the death of the turtle, which, by the way, we reported that the turtle was at the animal hospital, and unfortunately, he passed.
Wait, is it confirmed that he passed?
People were commenting on our video saying the turtle passed. It was posted on Instagram. I couldn't find the Instagram page where they said it was posted, but
It's a good life lesson. Don't take your turtle out to a car show.
well, we don't want to kick him while he's down. You know, he's missing a family member at this point.
But for all the other turtle owners in the Garden State, like, you gotta be careful. These guys are fragile, even though they do have that permanent helmet on. I keep saying frogs. The turtles are very fragile. We gotta protect them at all costs. I felt bad for that turtle.
Absolutely. So let's move on to the next article. A lot of car accident stories this week, and this one is really, really sad. A Major League Baseball pitcher turned Port Authority police officer died in a car accident this week while heading to a 9/11 memorial.
Tragic. So tragic.
Yeah, I read this. This is a gut punch because it sounds like he was, it doesn't sound like he was a reliever for the Mariners, the Braves, and I believe, who was the other team?
Red Sox.
So he played for some pretty big organizations as a reliever over the course of his career. And then he makes the decision after his major league career to become a police officer for the Port Authority Police, which is like...
That's wild.
Really, really cool that anybody would make that decision. I'd imagine 6 years, I believe, is how many he played in the majors. You'd have a nice, fair bank account where you could probably afford to retire. Yeah, he does this.
You could live a comfortable life. We'll just say that.
Yeah, they could live a comfortable life. You invest wisely, but he makes this decision to become a police officer, and in the course of this, on his way to this 9/11 memorial, gets in a car accident and passes away, and that's just...
Wasn't it with someone like driving on the opposite side of the road too?
Yeah, that's exactly what I read.
It's like, come on, but what are the odds? Like, that's so rare.
And it was in New Jersey as well, but he grew up on Long Island, but Staten Island.
Don't get them mixed. You're going to get cut for that. People will give you slack for that.
Not by our Jersey peeps, though.
No, by all the New Yorkers who listen, which are a lot.
You know what? Now I'm feeling insecure about that. Let me read the article that the one I pulled had a fair bit of information. Anthony Varvaro, a former Major League Baseball pitcher who retired in 2016 to become a police officer in the New York City area, was killed in a car crash Sunday morning on his way to work at the September 11th memorial ceremony in Manhattan. Varvaro, 37, was an officer for the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. He played baseball at St. John's University in New York City before a career in the majors as a relief pitcher with the Seattle Mariners, the Atlanta Braves, and the Boston Red Sox from 2010 to 2015. The crash happened Sunday morning in New Jersey. Messages seeking details about the crash were left with the New Jersey State Police. So there's a few quotes. One is from his coach at St. John's, a man named Mike Hampton. It says, he's at a loss for words over Varvaro's death. Not only was he everything you could want out of a ball player, he was everything you could want out of a person. So my heart goes out to his family, friends, teammates, and fellow officers. Very, very sad all around. 37 years old, so young.
And there was nothing he could have done to prevent it. It was from just a driver on the opposite side of the road, which is absolutely insane. Super rare. He did nothing wrong. He didn't deserve to die this young, and now we're here. So it's just very sad.
Yeah, and it's just the uncertain, not to get weirdly deep, but the uncertainty of life where you don't know. You just never know what's going to happen. And for this guy, he did a noble thing. He went to serve others after a career where he, like we said, he could have he could have rode that into the ground, being a major league baseball player, and he did something really amazing. And unfortunately, it's a sad end to an amazing life. It reminds me actually of who was the football player that played for the Cardinals, and then when he was like 24 left, Tillman. What's his first name?
Is that John Tillman or no?
No, what was his name?
Mark this.
Pat Tillman. That's it. Pat, you guys ever heard the story of Pat Tillman?
No. Give me a quick rundown.
Dude, what a legend this guy was. Played in the NFL, right? Mm-hmm. And then in 2002, after the 9/11 attacks, which there's a weird connection there to the story as well, he went to serve in Iraq and Afghanistan, and then he died while overseas.
Yes, I do remember this actually.
And he just seems like, from everything I've read, like he was an absolute legend. Of
Heroes, man.
Yeah, that's a real hero. So, super sad. And
prayers going out to Varvaro's family. Just so sad, dude.
Yeah.
We salute that man.
For sure. I don't know. Should we go on to the next story then?
Yeah.
Okay. This next story also involves a collision. So we've had 4 stories in a row that somehow surround car accidents and collisions.
Dude, Jersey, it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Going out with your car, bro, you're taking a risk.
For sure. It says, in Clinton, New Jersey, a gang of bikers attacked and robbed a 62-year-old man after a near collision.
Bike gangs, dude. Don't want to mess with a bike gang.
Yep.
Didn't even think that happens like every single day, but apparently it does.
Yeah, this gang of people on, it looks like those, like, what do you call those ninja, like sport bikes, like ninja motorcycles?
Oh, that's what they were on?
Authorities are looking for the motorcyclist responsible for allegedly assaulting and robbing a 62-year-old man on Cokesbury Road, then fleeing from police, and there's a reward being offered for that information. According to the Clinton Township Police Chief, Thomas DeRosa, the incident occurred on Saturday morning a little after 10 a.m., following a near motor vehicle collision between a vehicle and multiple motorcyclists. So, based on everything I've read, there was something happened between this group. Maybe this gentleman did something that was a little bit threatening to the bikers on the road. Right?
You think like he crashed into one of them, or maybe he was being reckless?
It sounds like they were being defensive. Like, and I'm not saying that he did something wrong, but on the road sometimes you don't see somebody, or maybe he cut into a lane. I'm speculating, right? But something happened that set them off, because it said the suspects dragged the man from his vehicle, assaulted him, and stole his phone, according to the reports of police. A pursuit began when the bikers failed to stop and hit Route 22 at a high rate of speed. And you figure these motorcycles can go so fast, the police couldn't even catch up with them.
Yeah, no shot. They're going to let them go.
So there's a $1,500 reward from the Hunterdon County Crime Stoppers if you happen to know any of these people and want to make a little bit of money. But what is going on where people would pull a 62-year-old man out of his car and beat him?
Well, bike gangs, dude. You hear about biker gangs all the time. These guys are violent, dude. Some of these gangs are like no joke.
This doesn't look like a biker gang to me, though. It just feels based on like,
who knows? Maybe the guy was driving like an idiot, and just like trying to hit a biker. And when you're ganged up with your boys and you get ticked, you might do something stupid. So like we don't know. We don't know either side of the story. There's not enough information for us to actually know.
Well, if they find them, these guys should get some.
It's just like, come on, like why are you beating a 60-year-old guy and robbing him? That's just messed up. I don't care what the guy did.
Because they have no morals. It's like
ridiculous.
Messed up people that are, I don't know. I don't know what happened. Maybe there was just road rage between the two. Maybe he flipped them off and they stopped them. Who knows?
Dang kids.
Interestingly enough, my only experience with biker gangs is when I was younger. One of the churches that I went to, all the dads all rode motorcycles.
Nice.
And after church, they would all just go out with their leather jackets, have their wife on like one arm, the keys to the bike in the other, and they'd just ride off into the distance.
What was their bike gang called?
I don't know.
Riders for Christ.
I got one, the Holy Rollers. Bro.
Oh, that's
great,
a classic one.
But they looked really, really awesome and low key kind of intimidating.
You think they ever like beat anyone up?
Oh, for sure. They beat me up.
I
asked way too many questions.
Do you think they've ever been to Clinton, New Jersey?
I can't speak on that. I'm not incriminating anyone.
All right. Well, I think it's time.
Danny's
got
ties. He doesn't want to mess with them.
Danny,
do I look like a rat?
No, you don't. And that's why I'm
Exactly.
moving on to the next story. Craziness is going on in this state, man. We need order.
I love New Jersey. It's so crazy. There's just so much going on every week.
What prompted you to write a song about it, though?
I don't know. It's just like there's so much we read about, bro, and
Yeah.
like my brain wants to explode sometimes because it's just so whack. It's so amazing.
Yeah.
There's so much craziness all over the place, dude.
If you think any of the stories I've read have been crazy, I'm about to take it to a whole nother level.
Oh,
I'm about to turn the knob up to 11.
to 11.
Is that possible?
Oh, this might rank as top 10 most interesting stories we've read on the podcast.
I think all time. Yeah, this is just it's so out there, dude.
Let's hear it.
If you live in New Jersey and use a dating app, you need to be on the lookout for the Werewolf Killer. True story.
Werewolf Killer. Who is the Werewolf Killer?
Okay, so there's this guy. He's from New Jersey, and he's known as the Werewolf Killer. And the reason
Terrifying.
he's known as the Werewolf Killer is because a few years ago, he drove down to Virginia randomly and kills a 65-year-old manager of this store by stabbing him 50 times. And he claims the manager was turning into a werewolf, and that's why he had to kill him.
Oh, so he was just saving the world from this man turning into a werewolf.
According to him, right? But here's where it gets
What?
interesting is he pled insanity, right? So let me read the article so I don't get any of the information wrong. His name is Pankaj Basin.
You're going to say pancake.
Imagine. Dude, that's a good name for a kid. I got to write that one down.
Yeah,
Pancake.
take notes.
He spent 3 years in a mental health facility after he drove from his home in New Jersey to a store in Virginia and killed the manager, 65-year-old Bradford Jackson, in 2018. The Washington Post reported that Basin pleaded not guilty by reason of insanity following the mistrial. So he got off. But he was also quoted saying he needed to save 99% of the moon and planets. So he was clearly not in his right state of mind.
Oh my God.
Jackson was stabbed over 50 times with a box cutter and had his eyes gouged out.
Oh my
Basin's
gosh.
defense attorney, Peter Greenspun, told the Washington Post that Basin suffered from severe bipolar disorder. In June, a judge conditionally released Basin from the confinement, so he gets out. But here's where there's a twist, right? 3 weeks ago, Sarah Bryan, a friend of the victim, posted screenshots on social media showing that Basin had created an online dating profile, claiming he had recently returned from 2 years of travel.
Whoa.
Yeah, he made up 2 years of travel. It makes no mention of the brutal killing or any of the mental health issues.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't expect him to put he's a brutal murderer on his dating profile. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think that's exactly a selling point, right?
I'm the werewolf murderer.
It says, please send this to every female you know on the East Coast and watch out, Bryan said. A judge ordered late Thursday afternoon that Basin take down his social media profiles, agreeing with prosecutors that the descriptions were intentionally misleading. So he's been ordered to take these profiles down, but we should still put his photo up because you just never know.
Yeah, he could be making 5 other ones with different names.
For sure, why not?
And bro, all it takes is like him meeting up with one girl, and you never know what's going to happen. This guy has bipolar disorder, and he's a murderer.
He could snap. So I can't believe that this is even a real story, and I just hope that they keep close track of him because.
Well, they say he has like a GPS monitor on, right?
Yeah, but like, what does that even entail? Like, if you have a GPS monitor on, if you leave your house, are the cops coming to get you immediately?
I'm actually curious about that. Like, how often is someone actually checking that?
I don't know. And how do they charge it? Like USB?
Oh, yeah, because it's always on them.
Yeah.
Maybe it's motion. It's charged by motion, kind of like watches are.
That's a good point, Danny.
Maybe. That would make sense, right? Like, you're not charging your ankle bracelet.
Could you imagine? I just picture someone next to the wall, like, bro, I can't right now. I'm charging my
Watching a
my
movie,
monitor.
their leg is like sprawled up next to the charger.
And then the charger's only 3 feet long instead of like a
Oh,
6 foot long
no.
charger, so you have to be really close to the wall.
He sees a spider and he like gets all scared. He trips up.
I love it.
I think we need to talk about really quickly. Can you go back to that part in the article where he's talking about saving the planet?
Yeah.
Where does it say that? Oh, yeah.
Basin reportedly told investigators that Jackson began turning into a werewolf and that he needed to kill him to save 99% of the moon and planets.
So, a werewolf, moon, planets. What's the connection here? Isn't that like are we talking about like a vampire? Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, What do you mean?
What's the deal with werewolves?
Well, when werewolves see a full moon, they turn from man into werewolf.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So he thought this man
He's turning into a werewolf.
he was about to become a werewolf.
Gotcha. Isn't that a vampire?
Well, vampires
it's a
come
werewolf.
out at night and they suck people's blood.
Okay.
They remember they sleep all day in the coffin.
Yeah.
And So I could understand how it could be confusing, especially if you've followed the Twilight Saga, because you have werewolves and vampires. And it's really a great historical series on the conflict of the two cliques.
Are they in a war against each other?
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not like friends.
Bro, were you Team Jacob?
I was Team Jacob. I never watched the movie though.
How could you know that?
It's social media.
And it's based on a true story. That's the best part.
Also,
Yeah,
you
it's
and
historic.
me. We remember we were in Oregon at the diner.
Forks, Washington.
Yeah.
It was in Oregon, it was Washington. It was the northwest corner of America, Forks.
Yeah. So we went to the diner, and apparently this random diner we went to was the place where they filmed the movie.
Yeah, Forks.
Pretty cool. Weird spot.
Yeah, I'm grateful that we have great historical series like Twilight. You know, my wife is a big Twilight fan when she was in high school.
Is she Team Jacob?
Is Jacob Taylor Lautner?
Yes.
Yeah, I think she was
Of course.
Team J. She was definitely Team J. But who wouldn't be, right? I mean, Edward Cullen, pre-Batman, different type of man. Now he's Batman, he's the man.
What a turnaround. Like, that's such a crazy transformation.
That's Edward Cullen, right?
No.
Who's Edward Cullen?
Like, are you saying his last name in the movie?
Wait, what did Edward Cullen play?
Who?
Robert Pattinson, you're saying?
Oh,
Like the
his
actor?
character's name is Edward Cullen.
Oh, that's his last name.
that's his
Robert Pattinson, dude.
Okay, I was
I don't
thinking
know.
an actor. Yeah, I was like, which actor
No,
is
but
Edward
yeah,
Robert
Cullen?
I
Pattinson.
literally thought Robert Pattinson's name was Edward Cullen for a second there.
Weird.
And I know he's Robert Pattinson, but I mean, whatever. So, yeah, he what a transformation of careers, right? To go from Twilight to Batman. But we'll see what happens next with the
steer clear of this guy. He's just, you don't want to run into this guy. He might think that you're a werewolf.
especially if there's a full moon. That's
What's the sound a werewolf makes when they howl?
They howl.
It's like a wolf.
Yeah, like a big bad wolf.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to this.
I'm gonna
last.
throw that sound bite in here just so everyone knows if they hear this sound to be aware.
Yeah, to be a werewolf. All right. All right, last story of the
Gosh.
night. The New Jersey Path train is receiving 72 new train cars, expanding its fleet by 20% to increase its capacity.
Is it gonna help? Probably
No.
not.
Well, it's hopeful. I mean, 20% capacity, that's a big jump in cars.
20%. That is a big jump, Josh.
Well, Danny, you used to take the Path, right?
Absolutely.
And how was it? Was it late often? Was it pretty reliable?
It was pretty reliable. Weekdays, it was great. Weekends, you'd have to wait like 20 minutes in between trains, which is still better than NJ Transit, but I liked it. It's cleaner than NJ Transit.
Mm-hmm. I've never had a bad experience with the Path.
Me neither, actually.
It seems
great.
like this money should be allocated towards NJ Transit instead.
But I will say, though, that the traffic in the city has been absolutely unreal this past week. So it might be helpful, hopefully, by getting more people in and out because everybody's back in the city.
Yeah.
Everybody is back.
Everyone's back in the office. Fall, it's a good time to bring people back from working from home all summer. Yeah, I bet it's been a mess.
So the article reports that this investment in train cars is one of three components for the $1 billion Path Improvement Plan, also titled PIP, which is great, which was introduced in 2019. The two other components are new technology and more personnel. So Path is getting pipped, improved, pipped.
Every time I hear PIP, I think pitcher in pitcher. Like when I used to watch baseball games, it's like listen in PIP to watch it in Spanish or something, or that was SAP. One of those things.
Well, the Path is growing. I don't know about PIP, but it sounds like they're making moves. I don't know if this is going to have a real effect. I think the Path is going to be. It has already been pretty good. I used to take it from down by the World Trade Center into Newark, and it never really gave me any issues at all.
It's easy, yeah. Maybe you have to transfer. You sometimes have to transfer in Jersey City, right? I always get it confused.
Depends on where you take it from.
Yeah.
Journal Square, right?
So if you're taking the 33rd Street or even like 14th Street, et cetera, like you could take it to basically anywhere but World Trade Center.
Okay.
You will end up going to Journal Square.
Josh, just read that last line. That's pretty interesting about the platforms too.
In addition to the purchase of 72 new cars, Path is also expanding 5 station platforms to accommodate 9 car trains on the Newark World Trade Center line. So they're currently only 8 car platforms. They're making the platform longer so 9 cars can fit, which is going to make it a better commute for people. So this is some positive news to end the pod for the evening.
Dude, after all those crazy stories, we need some positivity. We need it to fix this place.
Absolutely.
And especially good news coming from around where I grew up. That's a lot of the path goes through Hudson County.
Kearney, New Jersey, baby.
201, baby.
You already know.
Well, the path doesn't stop in Kearney.
Well,
It stops in
Harrison. It's right there. It's a neighboring town.
That's our rival, okay?
You love it. You love it. Admit it right now.
No. Go Cards.
Well, let me just say, I just want New Jersey Transit to be fixed. That's our prayer here on the podcast, but I feel like it's never going to get fixed. God bless the path, but how with New Jersey Transit?
New Jersey Transit is the absolute worst.
All day. Danny just ran into Frank.
I did. He's an absolute legend. He seemed so miserable. I felt kind of bad for him.
Oh, yeah, because the Mets right now, man.
Yeah.
Sobo, what's going on with the Mets? Can't let Braves take that lead, brother.
Trust the process, bro. Trust the process. We'll see what happens in October, all right?
That's what they always say.
And with that, that's the last article we had for the evening. Thank you to everybody that listens to the Garden State podcast. This has been a labor of love from the boys for the last almost year. We're in September, almost back right where we started a year ago. How crazy is that?
I can't believe that. I feel like we still just started this podcast, but nope, we started last December.
Year, bro. That's going to be so hard to even fathom when we get there, but it's exciting. It's very, very exciting. So thank you to everybody that listens. Like I said in the intro, if you want to get a Garden State hat, we still have them for sale on our website, thegardenstate.com. You can go scoop yourself one and show your support. We also would encourage you to check out our social media platforms. Check us out on IG. We prefer Instagram over TikTok because it's just an easier way to communicate. No For You page. Just we're in your feed. We can send you guys stories of what we're up to. So if you want to follow us there, check out the Garden State on Instagram. And anything you want to say, Dr. Chomik?
Links in the bio.
In the bizzo.
All the links that you need are in the bizzo. Go check it out because we really appreciate it. And we're also on Discord. So check us out over there. I'm trying to use Discord more. I'm still learning the ropes. Like when we first started Discord, I was brand new to it. And, I'm just on so many different social media platforms right now, but I am trying to use Discord more. I got to ask Father Aiden for a tutorial because I'm still super lost on it. Danny, you're part of the Discord?
I am. I'm a moderator, but I'm the worst moderator
you gotta,
ever.
You gotta
I'm
step
never
up
on Discord.
Yeah.
I'm never on it.
Oh, get on it, Danny.
I know. I need to get on it.
We need your help over there.
I need Aiden's help. Help me out, Aiden.
I love Aiden. We should all go get dinner with him in Morristown. I got to hit him up. We'll figure that out. But
easy, yeah.
Any other final thoughts, boys, before we let the people go?
We got some rain this week, so I just want to give an update on the drought. I think we're still in a minor drought, but we need more rain.
Finally.
But I was happy. It was raining the other night. It was so beautiful. It sounded amazing. It was raining in the morning. I just love the rain, guys. A lot of people are like, oh, it's raining. I want a beautiful day. But I'm like, dude, we need rain. We need it so desperately. So I'm happy we've been getting rain. Hopefully we get some more soon.
Yep.
Right, Josh?
Absolutely.
Wow, dude. You with these words tonight. Big words.
Yeah, I'm feeling loose with my language. I'm feeling like I'm making up words tonight, and it's been a fun experience for me.
You're doing great. I'm here for you.
And hey, Josh, can I just tell you something, man? If I was going to give you a podcast review as a person, I give you 5 of 5 stars, dude. You're a good dude.
You take back the part of me being the worst earlier.
What did I say? You're the worst.
You're the worst podcast host.
What?
Danny, didn't he say that?
I did not.
He said that at 10 minutes and 5 seconds. I have it on my timestamp.
Hey,
I said you're the worst?
No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't remember that.
I don't remember saying that. I said you said costed.
Listen, Josh, I just want to say the feeling's mutual and give you a 5-star review.
Thanks, brother. Hey,
I got you.
Hey, man, listen. When Jimmy Parks gets back, the 3 of us got to hang out, go hit a diner. Get this guy out of the studio, though,
Danny,
man.
Danny,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Danny, come over and say what's up to the viewers. Danny, thank you for helping us tonight.
Over here.
Whoa.
Get over here.
I like that Danny has the
the
actual mic.
Josh, don't move because the focus is on you. Come here, bud.
Hey, bud. Thanks for what you do, man.
Thanks for stepping in for Parks today. You did a great job. Come in a little closer. You're gonna be in focus. Yeah, there we go. Look at Danny.
You know what? He deserves a Garden State hat.
He's beautiful.
Actually, you know what? I have some merch in that closet. Let me get some right now for him and see what I can find.
Yeah, let me get my wallet out really quickly so I can collect the funds.
I'm going to find some right now. I got you. Oh, my shorts. I'm free.
What's going on? Let's see what Josh is up to. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you're opening that closet. Now the focus is on you. It's great. So Josh is going in right now. He's going into the closet. There's so much in this closet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, it's a dark place.
I'm just excited to see what he pulls out.
He's actually got some old church pews in this closet. That's how old this house is. It looks really, really cool.
You wear hoodies, Danny? Do you have a hoodie?
I do wear hoodies. I do not have a hoodie. I have a t-shirt.
Large or XL?
Large. Depends if it's bulking season or not. Oh my gosh.
We just hooked up the brother.
Thank you so much.
And that's how we do it here on the Garden State Podcast.
Wear that everywhere. Tell your friends about the Garden State and everyone listening.
I already do.
If you're enjoying this show, make sure to give us a nice review.
Yes,
on
please.
The podcast app and tell all your friends to check out the podcast. We really appreciate the support and the love and for you guys giving us an hour of your week. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And
Abso-freaking-lutely.
yeah, man, this has been nonstop fun all the time. It is like a constant party on this podcast. We're just all about the good times. And thank you to everybody that listens. We'll catch you next Friday. Thank you for Danny Dimes filling in for Jimmy Parks. And we will see all of you next week.
See you later.
See you later.
You're watching the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.